Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to pay my respect to His Excellency Professor Hong Chunaron, Minister of Education, Youth and Sport, Cambodian, Professor Jean-François Martel, Chair International Program Committee of the Second International Virtual Conference on Mentoring Educator, Dr. Catherine Prammer, Visiting Lecturer, NGPRC, NIE, and International Research Associate, Education Leadership Research Center, Hub, Texas A&M University, USA, and Secretary of the Second International Virtual Conference on Mentoring Educator. All International Program Committee member of the Second International Virtual Conference on Mentoring Educator. Dr. Irby, Director, Education Leadership Research Center, College of Education and Human Development. Dr. Fredrick Nafukho, Co-Director, Education Leadership Research Center, and all delegation leader from Texas A&M University College of Education and Human Development Education Leadership Research Center from Texas A&M University. And all His Excellency, Lok Chung Tiêu, all national and international honorable guests and participants. Today, I, on behalf of the local organizing committee and NGPRC manager, would like to take this opportunity to express my great pleasure, warmly welcome, and my deeply gratitude to His Excellency Professor Hong Chunaron, Minister of Education, Youth and Sport, Cambodia, for taking the time out of His Excellency to participate in the opening ceremony of the second virtual Cambodian International Conference on Mentoring Educator under the main theme, Mentoring on STEM Education, and for official opening of the Education Leadership Research Center Research Hub, College of Education and Human Development at Texas A&M University at the New Generation Pedagogical Research Center in National Institute of Education, Kingdom of Cambodia, which make this event more solemn. The main objective of this conference is to provide a forum for research finding from the international community to introduce new pathways to excellence in STEM education through action and innovation, to share best teaching practice and use research finding to solve school problems, to share mentoring experience and skill to support STEM education, to establish partnership and collaboration between researchers across the globe in order to sustain Cambodia developing education community. Remarkable, there are 71 presenters, scholars, and educators from around the world to participate and present in this conference, such as Cambodia, Thailand, United States, America, Canada, Japan, Philippines, United Kingdom, Korea, Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Hungary, and France. More than 400 official online register and hundreds of unofficial participants. The conference will run for 3 full days from November 15 to 17, 2021, and speakers from 14 countries will present the virtual webinar Zoom Cloud Conference. Since time zone is big different and it's a big challenge for us as well. Therefore, tomorrow the conference will start from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Although COVID-19 has spread and killed numerous people around the world, it could not stop this great convention process. We have turned the obstacle into an opportunity by transforming the physical conference into the virtual webinar Zoom Cloud Conference, which allow the organizer of this international conference to learn more new technology and respond to meet the actual need of today's world. I, on behalf of the Cambodian Local Organizing Committee, would like to express our deep gratitude to the sponsor of the program, such as the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport, National Institute of Education, Cambodia Action for Promote Education, the Cambodia STEM Excellent Pathway, Singapore International Mastery Contest Center, Texas A&M University College of Education and Human Development, Education Leadership Research Center, and Cambodian Association for Mentoring. I wish the 3 all-day international conference has a smooth running without any obstacle, especially all participants enjoy and learn new and great things from all our potential speakers from the globe, as well as building new network worldwide. Thank you. The next, I would like to invite Professor Irby, Regent for Professor, Director, Education Leadership Research Center, College and of Education and Human Development, Texas A&M University, to have a welcome speak and remark this morning. Now the floor is yours. Thank you. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you, His Excellency, Professor Chan Roth. Greetings to our excellencies, His Excellencies here, Professor Hong Chong Narang, His Excellency Minister of the Education, Youth and Sports in the Kingdom of Cambodia, and also to you, His Excellency Professor Chan Roth, the manager of the New Generation Pedagogical Research Center, NGPRC, at the National Institute of Education. So we are so thankful to be able to be here with all of our national and international honored guests here, and to be a part of this opening ceremony. I would also like to thank Dr. Catherine Kramer, who is on now. She, as you've been introduced to her, is a visiting lecturer and also International Research Associate for our Education Leadership Research Center Hub from Texas A&M at the NGPRC. And we really appreciate the groundwork from Professor Chan Roth and the visioning from Dr. Catherine Kramer. And both have been invited and approved as the International Research Associates for the ELRC. And they were approved by our Texas A&M Senior Associate Vice President for Research, Dr. Kostas Chihardis. So with us today, I am not certain who all, we have many people on the call, but I'm not sure who is here with us, but I believe perhaps Dr. Chihardis may be here with us. And also he has just introduced him, Dr. Patrick Locharn. He is our Interim Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs and Interdisciplinary Initiatives, and approved our collaboration and our Memorandum of Understanding. We also have Dr. Michael de Miranda. He is our Dean for the College of Education and Human Development, and he will say a few words in just a moment. I'll come back to you, Dr. Dean de Miranda. We have Dr. Fred Nafukho, who is our co-director of the Education Leadership Research Center and Senior Associate Dean of Faculty Affairs. And I believe Dr. Nafukho would say a few words as well to you. And then Dr. Jeffrey Liu, Associate Dean for Research, College of Education and Human Development. Dr. Mary Alfred, she is our Interim Department Head for the Education Administration and Human Resource Development Department, and where our center resides. Dr. Fu-Wei Tong, she's Department Head of Educational Psychology. Dr. Gwen Webb, co-director for the Education Leadership Research Center and chair of the Educational Administration Program. Dr. Rafael Lara, Regents Professor and Division Chair for Bilingual ESL Programs, is here with us. and Dr. Matthew Etchells, Lead Coordinator and Director of Outreach, Marketing, and Communication for our Education Leadership Research Center. Not with us today or could not be with us today, Dr. Susan Balabina, who is the Vice President for Academic and Strategic Partnerships, and Dr. Catherine Banks, our President for the university. However, they all send their support and wish us all well for this. So I'm going to if you are here, I want to also acknowledge the VIPs from Phnom Penh that Dr. Pramer invited, our businesses, NGOs, financial institutions, telecom, and government agencies, including our honorable ambassadors who were able to join us at this time. We will be meeting with our VIP collective shortly in this session. So I'm going to ask if Dr. Dean De Miranda, would you please open your mic at this time?
Thank you, Dr. Irby, and good morning. Honored guests, Your Excellency, members of the Ministry of Education, faculty, staff, conference participants, thank you for the privilege of your presence and inviting Texas A&M University to be part of this wonderful, wonderful program. On behalf of the College of Education and Human Development, we are very, very proud to stand with you, share our expertise, begin to share our best practices with you, and engage in meaningful and creative dialogue and implementation ways forward. I also would like to thank the Research Center, the Educational Leadership Research Center at Texas A&M University for providing the leadership for this program. I'd also like to congratulate the Educational Leadership Research Center Research Hub at the New Generation Pedagogical Research Center for the National Institute of Education in Phnom Penh. Once again, on behalf of the faculty, staff, students, and all who enjoy the privilege of working with you and Texas A&M University, we thank you and we wish you a fantastic conference and look forward to working with you for many, many more years and many more conferences in the future. Good morning and good afternoon to our participants from around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean De Miranda. Dr. Fred Nafukho.
Thank you, Dr. Irby. Distinguished guests, all protocols observed. The hosting of this conference is a clear testimony that we live in an interconnected and interdependent world. And the fact that we are talking about education proves this very important saying that Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world in a positive way. Thank you, and I wish everyone a wonderful conference.
Thank you, Dr. Nafukho. I don't know if Dr. LaSharn has been able to join us this evening, so I'm going to move forward. The MOU that we have with the NGPRC and the National Institute of Education provides us a time to work together around the world with each other in rethinking, reshaping, and reimagining our collective ideas and resources, integrating our ideas together, our best ideas in establishing this Cambodian NGPRC, NIE, ELRC, CEHD, TAMU, that's a lot of acronyms, but this community for mentoring and educating our next generation of teachers and leaders. And we do all of this together as we emerge from this pandemic. Our MOU states that we will work on potential establishments of collaborative educational agreements for research and development programs related to mentoring. Also for encouraging the exchange of students to enhance and broaden international experiences, and to have the potential development of virtual teacher professional development programs by the ELRC for the NGPRC. And we have been working together on that for that development. The avenues, we'll look for avenues for strengthening the partnership and further academic excellence in the United States and in the Kingdom of Cambodia, and additional details that we will add to our memorandum of agreement. Not only will we work together in these areas, but in our exchanges as we work to support and welcome accepted Cambodian educators, teachers, especially NGPRC's instructors to TAMU graduate programs or exchange programs. We will work on that as well. As a Tier 1 research institution, we have developed and tested over 1,000 research-based virtual professional learning opportunities via the ELRC, which we will tailor in special trainings to strengthen the capacity of teachers and leaders in Cambodia. But we will not do this alone and external to the Cambodian education structure. We will walk together. We are all sure to gain new experiences from this USA and Cambodian education exchange. We are happy to be invited to open this hub of the ELRC at the campus of the beautiful NGPRC at the National Institute of Education. So I would like to now thank you once again. Thank you for your presence, as Dean de Miranda said, and we will turn this back over now to His Excellency Professor Chan Ra.